Hey everybody, this is Joseph Musi from Chun Science, or WCS, at the West Shore Plaza in Tampa, Florida. I'm here with my main man, Torin Velez. All right, we've been together for a zillion years, more like 10, 11, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, but a zillion years in relationship terms. All right, so today I just want to go over something that I talk to all of my students. He knows it from day one. Everyone who meets me knows it from day one. It's the principle that I try to use to convey what fighting should be like in this environment we call life. XYZ, and I'm sure we've all heard of that, and those XYZ are going to have components that are corresponding with it, and that's get out of the way, cover, and attack. So while they're three components, just like XYZ is XYZ, and just like these three fingers here are three fingers, they're still attached as one. They're associated as one. Okay, so we're breaking them down as components, but they're really going to act as one. And you'll see as we go through this this little exercise, just so that you get a better understanding of what we implement in everything that we do. Okay, so just right off the bat, just for simplicity's sake, okay, so before anybody starts writing, DMing, or sending me some harsh voicemails, for simplicity's sake, just so I can explain the concept, we're going to just simply use a jab, okay? So he's throwing his jab. That's the number one in boxing or in MMA. So he's going to throw the one and something as simple as get out of the way, okay? That's number one attached to the XYZ, okay? That's get out of the way. Is get out of the way, cover. So I'm covering just in case. Now I got out of the way, but I'm covering just in case. And then it's get out of the way, cover, and attack, okay? So it's get out of the way, cover, and attack. So what you're gonna see there is that when I get out of the way, you'll notice a couple of things, and maybe I'll go on this side real quick. I want you to see my body. When he's throwing right to my face, boom, this is where my face is. This is where he's trying to target, okay? But when I move, this is the X position, okay? So if you're viewing it this way, for you, it looks like the Z. For me, in front of my fighter, this is the X position, okay? So I got out of the way, and that's X, okay? Get out of the way, cover. Notice that my head, not only when I went in my X direction, my head dropped in Y, okay? So there's X, Y. So I have this thing where if you borrow 2 inches from the Y, you'll get 2 inches more in the Z, and so on and so on and so forth, okay? So the last component is X, Y, Z. So because I was able to move on X, shrink on Y, borrow, I should say, I got more on Z. So now, instead of just hitting to him, I'm going to be hitting through him, okay? So we'll do it a little fast, and just to see, so that you understand that while they're three components, they're really acting as one, okay? And this kind of squelches everything or nips things right at the butt, right off the bat, okay? So we're here, he throws that jab, boom, sorry, your toe.
Okay.
All right, boom. So X, Y, Z simultaneously, okay? So you see, you feel the pop,
Absolutely.
right? The pop is not something that's going to knock somebody out. So there's pairing in boxing and in most martial arts. But what the pop does in the Wing Chun pop, for example, so we have different types of pops. So if he was to throw and I was pocking and I brought him down, this is a pop gum, okay? So I'm almost kind of submerging his hand down and away from me, pressing. Then you have this kind of surprise pop, whoa, which takes him perpendicular to the punch, okay, out that way. And this is a quick one. So this guy throws a quick jab, whoa, all right, I didn't have anywhere to go. Then you have a pop that as he's coming, which you'll see in our form, is something that goes to him or towards him in a 45-degree angle, and it goes into his center, okay? And the reason why I belabor that point is because when you pock somebody or when you're pairing somebody, remember, you'll be fighting a skilled fighter. So he's almost like a revolving door. He sees things and feels things that his body as a fighter is telling him where to go. So if he threw that punch and I completely went over there, bam, he comes with that back fist. Because he became a revolving door, I gave him a propulsion of energy that spun him in a direction as a fighter where he found another solution, which would be the elbow or the back fist, okay? But when I bring it to him, what I'm essentially doing is he's bringing 100% of his energy, boom, and I bring 100% of mine, that's 200% smashed into his center line, and it jerks him off. But at that point, bam, that's when all of the excitement happens, okay? Because the brain still has to register that pop. It has to register that smack. And when it registers it, it sees it as danger, but all these other things are happening. And then lastly, in combination with this XYZ, get out of the way, cover and attack, is what I call parallaxing. So if you're a photographer, you probably know what that means, or someone is a videographer. So what happens is his eyeballs see me as a whole, as a person, okay? And so because I'm here when he goes to throw, and then I move, now he sees my body move. His eyes are good enough to see that, and especially as a fighter. But what he doesn't see is, boom, that I changed X, Y, and Z at the same time. So by the time he gets hit with this shot, it's too late because his focal length had to adjust. So that's what parallaxing is. Now we try to do that in our fights so that someone throws a jab, right? I'm throwing a jab, and this is what he sees. This is in the foreground, and I'm here in the background. So by the time I release this in my XYZ, boom, it's too late. I already went through him. All right, so that's that kind of parallaxing, because we're trying to use the physiology of our natural resources. So in this case, our eyeballs. And so that has to get adjusted. So all of these things happen together simultaneously. And of course, it's implemented in everything that we do, whether it's the grappling, in our Chun Science, in our stand-up, and everything. And you use it every day in your life, and you don't even know it. We live in a three-dimensional world. So I'm just going to do it one more time. I'm going to do it slow, and then I'm just going to do it regular speed. So slow, I want you guys to really see my body, okay? X, Y, Z. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. And then he does it regular. Bam. Okay? So right now, this is all you're going to get for today. But we will be doing a series on this, kind of showing you how this gets kind of, or how I inculcate it into everything that we do. You'll see it on groundwork. You're going to see it in our boxing work. You're going to see it in grappling. You're going to see it in everything, in our Chun Science. And once you get that principle kind of locked in, and then you get comfortable with doing all of the techniques that kind of are submerged by that, you'll see more and more that fighting is a real science that everyone can do, okay? And then hopefully at the end of the day, like I always say, it's not so much that you know that you can fight and take care of business physically just in the fight realm, but we have this thing called change your mind, change your life. And if we can get this direction to kind of switch in here, then sky's the limit. There's nothing that you can't do. And that is also true in the physical realm when it comes to fighting. So anyway, that's it. Torrin Velez, check him out. What's your Instagram again?
It's Chun Science _TV.
Boom. Got that. Thanks a lot, guys.